my pleasure to invite the Senior Feed the Future Project Design Advisor, Economic Growth and Environment Office, USAID, Ms. Dawn Thomas, for her opening remarks. Madam, please a round of applause as she comes to the podium. Madam, you're very welcome. We appreciate you. You can step forward, ma'am.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, all other protocols are observed. Good morning. It is my pleasure to represent the U.S. government and USAID at this roundtable discussion that is focused on financial inclusion. A lack of access to finance is a major constraint to the growth of micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs as they are called, and smallholder farmers, especially in Northeast Nigeria. Of those excluded, more than 80% live in rural areas. Access to financial services serves as a buffer against shocks and stresses arising from conflict, insecurity, and climate change. However, most smallholder farmers and businesses are reluctant to approach commercial banks for loans due to certain barriers. Let me give some examples of those barriers. Borrowers' lack of adequate bookkeeping or business plans, high interest rates, the distance to financial institutions, fear of kidnapping and attack on the road, and the challenge of providing collateral for a loan. Despite the risks involved, the consequences of not accessing financial services can lead to disruption of food and distribution chains, depleted food stocks, lower productivity of farmers, and reduced purchasing power. Now, according to the Credit Bureau Association of Nigeria, despite robust efforts by financial institutions to make loans accessible, only 4% of MSMEs have access to credit out of a total estimated 40 million MSMEs. This means that of the estimated 40 million MSMEs, just 1.6 million of them have access to credit. Financial inclusion allows people to obtain money and send and receive payments. It is key to achieving prosperity. Who is most affected by lack of financial inclusion? Women, youth, displaced persons, and people living with disabilities, many of whom are unemployed. They are the most affected by the lack of financial inclusion. Also, women are less likely than men to access a bank account. Data shows that financial access for women can result in better outcomes, not only for their children and households, but also for their wider communities. It is worth repeating then that financial inclusion is key to achieving prosperity. One way to practice financial inclusion is to enhance people's ability to have access to transaction accounts. As of March this year, USAID's Feed the Future Rural Resilience activity supported over 18,000 women to open bank accounts. And this was done through USAID's COVID-19 mitigation response interventions. This is an important achievement because COVID-19 has amplified the need for online access to financial services and transactions, especially in Northeast Nigeria. As geopolitical crises become more protracted, such as the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and the global supply chains crisis, the financial inclusion of marginalized communities becomes even more critical for their survival. Let me say just a little bit about what happens when USAID's Rural Resilience Activity partners with the financial service industry. When there are these partnerships, we can reduce financial exclusion in Northeast Nigeria. And we can do this by deliberately reaching out to excluded individuals. We can align with the National Credit Bureau's financial inclusion goals. We can promote job creation for smallholder farmers and MSMEs. We can increase the supply of formal financial services to households, to businesses, and other market actors. And we can increase access to information and appropriate financial products and services through community-based and digital platforms. These effective and efficient mechanisms will enhance the potential of households, smallholder farmers, MSMEs to access useful and affordable financial products and services, transaction payments, savings, credit, and insurance. And they will be able to do this through secure, responsive, and sustainable methods that meet their individual and business goals. USAID is committed to improving access to finance for MSMEs and also for smallholder farmers. We are similarly committed to promoting broader economic growth in Nigeria. A very wise Nigerian who takes me around Abuja told me just last week, "Ma, it is very important to be prepared. When Noah built the ark, he did not know that the floods were coming. Because he had prepared, he was ready when the floods came." This is another way of stating a well-known African proverb. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So, let us continue to prepare for tomorrow by building our community's financial capabilities. Let us do that today. Thank you very much.